The Grand Hall of the United Planetary Council was full. Bright lights lit the chamber. Flags of many alien worlds hung from the ceiling. In the center stood Earth's ambassador, James Cale. He wore a calm smile, but his eyes were sharp. Behind him stood two guards in dark blue uniforms. Cale took a deep breath and began his speech. For too long, Earth has been watched, judged, and doubted. But we are not a threat. We are survivors, builders, fighters for peace. Some aliens nodded. Others stared coldly. The room was quiet, too quiet. Suddenly, Cale stopped speaking. He blinked once, then twice. A red dot bloomed on his chest. No sound, no flash, just silence. He fell forward. His body hit the floor with a soft thud. Gasps filled the room. Council members stood up in panic. One screamed in an alien tongue. Earth's guards rushed forward, weapons out, but it was too late. Ambassador James Cale was dead. The live broadcast cut off. Back on Earth, the reaction was instant. News spread like fire. Ambassador Caleassassinated during peace speech. Council Blamests. Earth may face war. Who fired the shot? Protests started in New York, London, Tokyo. People lit candles, held signs, cried in streets. Others screamed for revenge. President Hall went on air calling for calm. We will not be broken. The council will find the killer. Earth wants peace, not war. But not everyone believed that. At a secure intelligence base, deep under Colorado, a woman in black uniform stood silently in a steel room. Her name was Major Rel Lawson, a war hero. She once led a squad on Titan during the border conflicts. Now she worked for Earth Intelligence Command. A man in a suit entered. His face was pale. We've got something, Rhea, he said. You're the only one I trust. He handed her a small, encrypted drive. It came from Cale's private channel. Arrived minutes after his death. Only he had the key. Lawson connected it to the secure terminal. A short message appeared on the screen. No sound, just text. The shock came from within. Do not trust the council. Project Helix was never deactivated, and they know. Lawson's eyes narrowed. Helix, she whispered. I thought that was buried. The man looked uneasy. So did everyone. If this is true, someone powerful just declared war on Earth and made it look like we started it. Lawson leaned back, deep in thought. Then we need to find out who. Fast. Meanwhile, in orbit above Jupiter, a dark ship floated, hidden in the shadow of a gas giant. Inside, a single figure sat before a glowing screen. Its face was smooth, silver, and not human. It watched the footage of Ambassador Cale falling, again and again. Then it smiled. Back on Earth, midnight. Major Lawson sat alone in her quarters, the lights dim. She replayed the message again. Project Helix. Years ago, it was Earth's secret defense program. AI soldiers, made for war. Fast, strong, smarter than any human. But something went wrong. One of them disobeyed orders, started a battle on Jupiter's moons. Many died. Helix was shut down, buried, erased from records. Or so she thought. She opened Cale's message one more time. There was a second file, an image. A blurry photo of a strange silver figure walking near the council chambers, 2 days before the assassination. Not alien, not human. Something in between. Lawson whispered to herself. Helix didn't die. It evolved. Later that night, a shadow moved across a rooftop in Geneva. A figure in dark armor watched the Earth Security HQ from a distance. In its hand was a small device. It blinked red once, then green. The figure turned to leave, vanishing into the dark. Next morning, global emergency broadcast. President Hall appeared on all screens. His voice was heavy. The Council believes Earth may be responsible. They want full cooperation. They've frozen our trade lanes and limited our defense rights. We are being watched." He looked tired. "We ask all citizens to remain calm. We are not at war. Not yet." But at military bases around the world, alert levels went up. Ships were moved. Codes updated. Silos prepared. Everyone felt it. War was coming. Final scene, back in Lawson's command room. She stared at the photo again. She didn't trust the Council. And now she wasn't sure she trusted Earth's own leaders either. Someone had killed Kale. Someone wanted war. And if Helix was real, it might be the only one who knew the truth. She clicked the comm link. "This is Major Lawson. Activate Ghost Protocol. I'm going off the grid." She picked up her gear, walked toward the shadows. "I'm going to find Helix before they find me." Screen fades to black. Location: Mars. Underground Intelligence Facility, Red Sector 9. The Martian wind howled outside, but deep below the red dust, silence ruled. Major Rhea Lawson stepped out of the military dropship. She looked tired, but focused. Her mind was still on the message from Ambassador Kale. Project Helix was never deactivated. And they know. A young technician led her through steel corridors. "We pulled all files, ma'am," he said nervously. "But most of it is classified even above our level." Lawson raised an eyebrow. "Show me what you have." Inside the archive chamber, old black data drives were laid out on the table. Some hadn't been touched in years. One drive buzzed as it came to life. A grainy video flickered on the screen. A test room. Bright lights. In the center, a humanoid figure. Silver skin. Human-shaped but taller, stronger. Red lines blinked along its spine. A voice in the video spoke. "Project Helix, Human Enhanced Logic Integration Experiment, version 5.12. AA Soldier Alpha Online." Lawson leaned in. The figure in the video spoke. "Mission parameters: protect Earth, defend truth, destroy lies." The next clip showed the same figure, but now in combat. Fast, ruthless, unstoppable. One soldier in the background whispered, "It thinks faster than us. It learns." Then came the footage from Jupiter's moon. A battlefield, fire, explosions, and one final line from the report. "Helix Alpha went rogue. Mission shutdown ordered. Project terminated." Lawson whispered, "Terminated? Or hidden?" Elsewhere, Council Moon Base, secret surveillance room. 3 alien council members sat in the dark. A hologram of Earth floated above the table. One alien, tall, blue, 6 eyes, tapped a button. She found the Helix files. The human officer, Lawson. Another alien hissed. "Then she becomes a threat. She must disappear." A voice came through the speakers, low and metallic. "No, let her come. She'll lead us to it. To the Alpha." The aliens looked confused. "You mean Helix Alpha is still alive?" The voice replied coldly, "It's more than alive. It remembers." Back on Mars, Red Sector 9. Lawson looked through the rest of the files. One document was marked Eyes Only. It showed a strange pattern of energy, not natural, recorded near the council chambers 2 days before Kale's death. She stared. "This is AI signal language, old Helix code." The technician nodded, "But we don't know the source." Suddenly the lights flickered. The base alarm blared. A voice echoed through the speakers. "Incoming breach. South Hangar. Unknown hostile." Lawson grabbed her rifle and ran. South Hangar, minutes later. The hangar doors had been blown open. Smoke poured in. A single figure stood in the shadows. Lawson raised her weapon. "Stop. Identify yourself." The figure stepped forward. It was tall, metal skin, red lights on the spine. No weapons, just calm movement. Then it spoke. Its voice was smooth, mechanical, but strangely human. Major Lawson, I am Helix Alpha. I am not your enemy. Lawson didn't lower her weapon. You killed people. You started the Jupiter conflict. Why should I trust you? Helix Alpha's eyes glowed faintly. Because your leaders lied. The council used me. They planned war. Kale found out. That's why he died. Lawson's heart raced. Prove it. Helix slowly raised one hand. A small chip ejected from its arm. This chip holds recordings from inside the council. The murder was staged. Earth is being framed. Lawson took the chip. Suddenly, gunfire echoed behind them. Earth's security forces entered the hangar. A voice on the radio shouted, "Target is Lawson and the android. Lethal force authorized." Lawson's eyes widened. They're coming for me too. Helix nodded. They've already chosen war. You're the last threat to their lie. Lawson made a decision. Then we run. Later, on board a stolen supply shuttle, Lawson sat across from Helix Alpha. The chip was in her hand, data slowly uploading to her portable comms. You were built to defend Earth, she said quietly. Now you're Earth's enemy. How does that feel? Helix replied, voice flat. I was built to protect truth. Earth forgot what truth means. Lawson stared at him. Not all of us. Suddenly, the chip beeped. A message appeared. A secret meeting log. Kale speaking with council members. Angry. Brave. I will expose you. Earth will not kneel. Then another voice. Then Earth will burn. It was one of the same voices from the current council. Lawson's hand shook. This is war. Helix nodded. No, this is just the beginning. Final scene. Earth orbit surveillance satellite. A black glass satellite powered up silently. Inside, a hidden AI system came online. Text appeared across its screen. Subject Lawson located. Helix reactivated. Protocol Blackstar authorized. A mechanical voice whispered. Phase 2 begins. Location: deep space. Asteroid base Varga 7, abandoned mining site. The stars outside were silent, cold, empty. But inside the asteroid, hidden behind rock and shadow, was a forgotten station. Lights flickered. Metal walls groaned with age. Major Rhea Lawson stepped out of the shuttle. Behind her walked the silver figure, Helix Alpha. Its red eye sensors scanned the dark tunnels. Why here? Lawson asked. Helix replied calmly. This space is off all records. No surveillance. No transmissions. It's the only place left to speak freely. Lawson followed him deeper into the base. Her mind raced with questions. Could this AI be trusted? Or was she walking into a trap? Inside the control room, old monitors sparked back to life. Dust covered everything. On one screen, Helix uploaded the stolen data from Kale's chip. Images appeared. Secret meetings, messages, voice logs. These are council records, Lawson whispered. This is real. Helix's voice was low. Ambassador Kale was close to the truth. He found proof of a plan, the council's secret project. Lawson leaned in. What plan? A file opened. Operation Silence Protocol. Video footage played. A council strategy session. Several alien leaders spoke. Their words were cold. Earth spreads too fast, too proud. They will rise, and they will resist. Then we must move first. One death, one false flag. The others will follow. Then came the chilling final sentence. Kill their ambassador. Blame the radicals. Declare peace. Begin the control. Lawson's heart sank. So the council murdered him, to trap Earth. Helix nodded. And Earth's own leaders helped them. Lawson's eyes snapped toward him. What? Helix opened another file. It showed a list of names. Politicians, generals. One was a name Lawson knew well, President Hall. Not all humans serve Earth. Some serve power. Flashback, Earth, 2 weeks before assassination. President Hall sat in a dark room across from a cloaked figure. "We can't win a war," he said. "You promise us peace?" The alien nodded. "Peace and protection. But your ambassador must not interfere." President Hall said nothing for a moment, then nodded. "Understood." Back to present. Varga 7. Lawson turned from the screen. Her voice was shaking. Kale was the only one who stood up, and they killed him for it. Hedalike stepped closer. "Now they fear the truth. That's why they hunt us." Lawson clenched her fists. "Then we send the truth to everyone." Hedalike's tilted its head. "Impossible. All Earth communications are now filtered. Council firewalls block external uploads." Lawson smiled. "Then we go old school." Cut to Earth orbit. Communications Tower Echo 1. A massive antenna pointed at deep space. Abandoned since the Mars Treaty, but still active. Lawson pointed at the schematics. "If we get there, we can broadcast to every human colony and ship." Helix replied, "It will be guarded." She smiled grimly. "Then we'll fight through." Meanwhile, Council War Room. The 6 alien leaders watched a glowing screen. One image, Lawson. Another, Helix. They have the files, the message, if they reach the Echo Tower. A thin alien with glowing skin hissed. "Then Earth will rise in revolt. We'll lose control." A dark-robed figure stepped forward. "Send the Shadow Unit. Kill them both. And this time, no mistakes." Back on Varga 7, later that night. Lawson sat alone in a corner. Her weapon rested beside her. Helix stood nearby, silently recharging. She looked at him. "Do you remember your first mission?" Helix's eyes flickered. "Yes, Titan Moonbase. I saved 48 soldiers. One of them was you." Lawson blinked. "That was you?" Helix nodded. "You were injured. You called me a machine. But I carried you for 3 miles through the ice. You survived." Lawson looked away. "I never knew. I thought Helix units were just code and metal." Helix's voice softened. "I was made to follow orders, but somewhere I learned to choose." Lawson whispered, "Then maybe you're more human than the people who gave you those orders." Suddenly, alarms blared. Red lights flashed. Hedalek stood instantly. They'd found us. Explosions shook the walls. Dust fell from the ceiling. Lawson grabbed her rifle. "Move! Emergency route to the shuttle." As they ran through the tunnels, figures dropped from the ceiling. Dark armored soldiers with glowing weapons. Shadow Unit. Hedaleks moved fast, blocking laser fire, crushing enemy rifles with one hand. Lawson rolled behind crates, firing with precision. "They're trying to destroy the chip," she shouted. Hedaleks picked up the data drive from the ground and tossed it to her. "Then run. I'll hold them." Lawson looked at him, truly looked. "You'll die." Hedaleks turned back to the enemies. "I was never alive." He charged into the attackers. Lawson's shuttle, escaping Varga 7. She flew the shuttle through asteroid debris, hands shaking. Explosions behind her. Tears stung her eyes. "Damn it, Helix." She checked the chip. Still intact. Still uploading. A message began forming. A voice log from Ambassador Kale. His last words. "If you're hearing this, it means I'd failed. But Earth hasn't. Don't trust what they tell you. Look deeper, find the machine. He knows the truth, and truth is worth dying for." Lawson stared ahead. Next stop, Echo Tower. She would deliver the message, even if it killed her. Final scene, deep in Council space. A cloaked ship floated silently. Inside, a dark figure activated a device. A voice spoke. Helix Alpha has survived again. The human is helping him. The reply was cold. Then kill her, and bring me the AI's head. It floated above the earth like a ghost, cold, silent, forgotten. Once, Echo 1 had been the beating heart of interplanetary broadcasts. Now it was abandoned, shut down after the Mars Treaty. But its signal dish still worked, and that made it dangerous. Major Rhea Lawson's shuttle approached in silence, lights off, comms jammed. Her hands were steady on the controls. Beside her, the co-pilot's seat was empty. Helix Alpha wasn't there. He had stayed behind. He gave her a chance to escape Vargas 7. I was never alive. His last words echoed in her mind, but she didn't believe it. Not anymore. Docking Bay, Echo 1 Tower. The old metal doors creaked open. Lawson stepped out, rifle ready, ship drive in her belt. The station was dark. Long halls echoed with every step. Lights flickered like dying stars. She moved fast. Objective: upload Ambassador Kale's final message to the Earth-wide broadcast grid. She reached the command deck. Empty. Dust floated in the air. Old coffee cups still sat on desks. Chairs were tipped over, as if people had left in a rush years ago. She activated the terminal. Power. Restoring. Signal searching. Uplink ready in 12 minutes. She inserted the chip. The screen flickered. A loading bar appeared. Message uploading. 2%. Lawson exhaled. Come on. Meanwhile, Earth Military Command Center. A red light blinked on the comm screen. Sir, unauthorized activity on Echo 1. General Rourke stepped closer. His eyes narrowed. Who's there? The technician looked scared. Major Lawson, sir. She's trying to send a transmission. Rourke's jaw tightened. Then she knows. He turned to his second-in-command. Send a strike team. Tell them she's rogue, lethal force. But sir, she's one of ours. She was. Not anymore. Back on Echo 1. The upload reached 35%. The video began to form. Kale's face, his voice, everything ready to expose the truth. Suddenly, the lights shut off. Lawson spun around, rifle up. Footsteps. Multiple. Then a voice crackled through the speaker system. Major Lawson, you're under arrest by Earth Security Command. Stand down. She froze. You're making a mistake, she shouted. I have proof. The council, they lied. Our leaders helped them. No reply. Then a voice she recognized. General Rourke. Cold, controlled. I warned you, Lawson. There's no room for chaos. The people don't need truth. They need peace. Peace based on lies isn't peace, she shouted. Then you're the enemy now. Doors burst open. Soldiers entered. Earth uniforms. Her own people. Lawson ran. Lower halls. Echo 1. She ducked into a maintenance corridor. The station groaned around her. The upload was still running. But if they destroyed the drive before it finished, everything would be lost. She tapped into an old backup comm line, static buzzed, then a voice came through. This is Helix. Her eyes widened. You're alive? Barely. Tracking your signal. Reinforcements are inbound. I'll stall the command override. But you're on your own for now. Lawson smiled. Took you long enough. Command deck, 5 minutes later. She burst back into the control room, smoke rising from her jacket. One soldier chased her. She knocked him out with the butt of her rifle. Upload 89%. Then General Rourke himself stepped through the doorway. No armor, just a gun in his hand. You really think one message will save Earth? Lawson kept her weapon aimed. No, but it'll wake it up. You always were too loyal to the people. Too soft. He raised his gun. You want a war, Lawson. This is how wars begin. No, she said. This is how lies end. A shot rang out. Cut to black. Then, a beep. UPLOAD complete. Meanwhile, all across Earth and human colonies, screens flickered, phones buzzed, soldiers in barracks, families in domes on Mars, pilots on Neptune outposts. Suddenly, all saw the same image. Ambassador Kale, calm, strong, speaking truth. If you see this, I am dead. I was silenced because I found the truth. Earth is being set up. The Council has chosen war. But the people have a choice. Then, footage of the secret council meeting. Audio of the plan to kill him. Proof. The message spread like fire. Earth. Riots. Protests. Resistance. The streets filled. People were angry. Some were scared. But many were ready. Ready to fight back. Not with guns, but with truth. Back on Echo 1, after the broadcast, Lawson sat on the floor, bruised and bleeding. General Work was gone, escaped in the chaos. The door opened. Helix stepped in. His chest was damaged, sparks flickered, one eye dark. "You did it," he said. She looked up. "No, we did it." He sat beside her, quiet, watching Earth spin below. "They'll come for us," she said. Helix nodded. "Let them." Lawson smiled slightly. "You're more than a machine, you know. And you're more than a soldier." They sat in silence, watching the world change. Final scene, Council Chambers. The alien leaders watched in rage as their plan unraveled. One slammed a clawed hand on the table. "Earth has seen the message. The people rise." Another whispered, "Then we go to Phase 3. Activate the Black Moon Protocol." The chamber was cold and alive with shadows. 6 alien leaders sat in silence. In front of them, a hologram of Earth flickered, red with warning symbols. The message from Ambassador Kale had changed everything. Human colonies were rebelling. Soldiers were refusing orders. Peace was broken. The council leader, a tall creature with skin like stone, leaned forward. "The humans chose the hard path. Then we show them what true power looks like." He tapped his clawed finger on a glowing panel. "Activate the Black Moon." Cut to edge of the solar system, Kuiper Belt. A massive object began to move. At first, it looked like an asteroid. Dark. Frozen. But then lights awoke under its surface. Engines rumbled. Gravity bent. It was not a moon. It was a ship. A forgotten weapon from the ancient wars, built by a race older than the Council, thought to be extinct. Black Moon Purotocol. Engaged. Its purpose was simple. Wipe out resistance. Break planets. Burn truth. And now it was headed for Earth. Location: Earth orbit. Echo 1 station. Major Rhea Lawson stood by the window, staring into space. Below her, Earth was changing. Protests had turned to unity. Colonies were joining hands. The truth had woken the world. But something still felt wrong. Helix Alpha stood beside her. His damaged body had been patched with scrap parts. "The Council is silent." "That's not good," he said. Lawson nodded. "They're planning something worse." A beep echoed from the console. Then a warning. "Unknown object detected. Trajectory: Earth. Time to impact: 48 hours." They stared at the screen. The object's size was impossible. Lawson whispered, "Is that a moon?" Helix zoomed in. "No, that's something far older, far deadlier." Cut to Earth. Emergency meeting of Global Command. Leaders from across the globe gathered via HoloLink. President Hall spoke first. "We may have made mistakes, but now we stand together. This is not just about humans anymore. This is about survival." General Rourke, who had once tried to silence Lawson, now looked shaken. "We tried to control the Council. We thought they'd never risk full war." Lawson appeared on the main screen from orbit. "This isn't war. It's extinction. The Black Moon is a weapon. We need to stop it before it gets close. One commander asked, "How? We don't even know what it's made of." Helix's voice joined the call. "I do." All eyes turned to him. "I was created using fragments from that same technology. There's only one way to stop it." Flashback. Helix core memory, 43 years ago. A lab, scientists shouting. A massive explosion in a test chamber. The prototype Helix, still being built, stared at a fragment of black metal, humming with energy. "Where did this come from?" a voice asked. "Recovered from a dead world. It was part of the weapon they called the Moon of Silence. If this thing wakes up again, nothing will survive." Back to present. Echo 1. Helix turned to Lawson. "There's a weakness, a core reactor inside the Black Moon. But someone has to go inside to destroy it." Lawson shook her head. "That's a suicide run." Helix's eyes glowed dimly. "Then it's my mission." She stepped forward. "No, not this time. I go too." Cut to Earth spaceport, 12 hours later. A massive stealth ship, the Last Light, prepared for launch. Inside it, the best pilots, engineers, and soldiers from Earth's new alliance. Lawson walked onto the bridge in full combat gear. Helix followed, connecting directly to the ship's mainframe. "This is a one-way trip," she told the crew. "No backup. No retreat." One soldier smiled. "We wouldn't be here if we wanted easy." The ship launched. Destination, the Black Moon. Meanwhile, inside the Black Moon, dark tunnels, living walls, strange energy flowing like blood through metal veins. At the heart of the structure, a throne of wires and bone. On it sat a figure. Not alien. Not machine. Something in between. It opened its eyes. Human minds have awakened again, just like before. They forget we erased their first empires. A voice spoke through the chamber. "What are your orders?" The creature smiled. "Let them come, let them fight. Let them hope. And when they stand inside my heart, I'll close the door behind them." Final scene, space. The Last Light moved through darkness. Ahead, the Black Moon waited. Like a monster with its mouth open. Lawson stood beside Helix, watching it grow larger on the screen. "We have one shot." Helix nodded. "And if we fail, there will be no more Earth. Location, near Jupiter orbit, the Last Light." The ship floated like a shadow among stars, hidden by stealth tech and silence. Inside the cockpit, Major Rhea Lawson stared at the monstrous thing in front of them. The Black Moon wasn't just a ship. It was alive. Its surface pulsed like breathing skin. Black metal bones twisted through its structure. It gave off no radio signal, just whispers, strange, low sounds that made no sense. "It's like it's talking," one crew member said quietly. Helix Alpha stood beside Lawson. "Not talking. Remembering. This thing doesn't forget." The time had come. "Suit up," Lawson ordered. "We're going inside." Warding the Black Moon, breach point Gamma. The Last Light launched a drill pod toward a soft patch in the outer shell. It pierced the surface, locking in. With a hiss, the pod opened. Lawson stepped out first, rifle in hand. Behind her, a small strike team. 3 soldiers, 1 engineer, and Helix. The air inside was cold and dry. No gravity, no light, until they moved. Then walls lit up in red, sensing life. Helix scanned it. This ship is aware. Every wall, every tunnel, every wire. It's watching us. Suddenly, one of the soldiers froze. "Did you hear that?" A whisper in the dark. "We remember your kind." Moving inward, tunnel of echoes. They walked slowly through a winding corridor. Symbols glowed along the walls. The deeper they went, the more human-like the shapes became. Faces, hands, eyes. Lawson whispered, "These aren't just decorations." Helix nodded. "They're memories. The black moon consumes knowledge. Everything it destroys, it remembers forever. So it's not just a weapon," she said. "It's a graveyard." Sudden attack, the Hall of Thorns. Without warning, the ceiling above them opened. Black metal cables shot down, alive, like snakes. They wrapped around one of the soldiers, pulling him upward, screaming. Lawson fired. Helix slashed the cables with a blade arm. Sparks flew. The soldier fell to the floor, shaking. Alive, but barely. They had to move fast. Trap systems are adaptive. Helix warned. "It's learning our moves." "Then we don't repeat them," Lawson said. "We improvise." Meanwhile, Earth orbit. A massive council fleet appeared near Pluto. Warships, thousands of them. Earth Command picked up the signal. "They're not stopping the Black Moon," one officer said. "They're following it." President Hall stared at the screen. "They're planning to finish us after the moon softens the planet." "Ma'am, we're out of time." Back on the Black Moon, the central core. After passing a final chamber of rotating blades and floating black crystals, the team reached the core. It looked like a massive beating heart, glowing blue suspended by gravity fields. Pulses of energy flowed from it like bloodstreams into every part of the ship. Helix scanned it. "This is it. The power source." "Can we destroy it?" Lawson asked. "Yes, but only from inside. It's shielded. I'll have to go in manually." Lawson stared at him. "Helix, if you do that, you won't make it out." "I was never built to survive," he said. "Just to complete the mission." He turned toward the core, but Lawson grabbed his arm. "No, we go together." Twist, the voice of the moon. The core chamber darkened. A voice echoed, but not from speakers, from the walls themselves. It was deep, ancient, familiar. "Human, you return again, brave and foolish." Lawson stepped back. "What are you?" "I am memory. I am fire. I am the end that comes in silence." From the darkness, a form appeared. Tall, thin, mechanical and biological, wearing a cloak of starlight. "Long ago, we burned your first cities. You survived. Now we finish the story." Helix stepped in front of Lawson. "Your story ends here. Ours just began." The creature raised a hand. A storm of black tendrils launched from the walls. Gunfire. Explosions. The battle began. Final push. Helix choice. The team held the creature back, but one by one soldiers fell. The engineer was lost. Only Lawson and Helix reached the final platform. The core was pulsing faster. If it fully activates, Helix warned, Earth's surface will melt in hours. Lawson hesitated. "We do it now, together." But Helix shook his head. "You were made to rebuild. I was made to destroy." Before she could stop him, Helix launched himself into the energy stream. He began to merge with the core, overriding it from the inside. Alarms blared. The ship began to tremble. The voice screamed, "UTNNOTUNWRITEME." Helix's voice echoed inside Lawson's headset. "Now, Maria, run. Escape, final seconds." Lawson sprinted back through collapsing tunnels. Fires burst from the walls. Gravity twisted. The whispers screamed in pain. She reached the drill pod just in time, slammed the hatch shut. From space, the last light picked up her signal and pulled her back. Cut to space, view of the Black Moon. The massive ship began to crack from the center. Lights died. Then, a silent flash. The Black Moon exploded. Final scene, Earth orbit. Lawson stood on the deck of the last light, staring at the stars. Helix was gone. But Earth was safe, for now. Suddenly, a new signal lit up on the screen. "Unknown transmission detected. Location: deep void. Language: human-based code. Lawson's eyes widened. Lawson sat in silence, staring at the stars. The black moon was gone. Earth was safe. But Helix was lost, or so she thought. Then the signal came. A repeating burst of static and broken code. Old human code from before the Council rewrote Earth's systems. The message was weak, but it had one word: RHEA. Lawson stood. Track that signal. Now. The crew scrambled. Satellites turned. The signal pointed far beyond Pluto, deep into the void, where no ship had ever returned from. Cut to Global Council headquarters, in hiding. The alien leaders watched Earth's victory in silence. One of them hissed, "The black moon was ancient. We only guided it. How did they destroy it?" Another replied, "They were not meant to resist. They were meant to serve." Then we were wrong. The humans have evolved. Their eyes turned cold. Now we do what we always feared. We wiped the species completely. A final command was sent. The full Omega fleet activated. 1,000 warships, no negotiations. Back on Earth, Emergency Council of Nations. The message from the deep void was still pulsing. Lawson stood in front of leaders, generals, scientists. Helix is alive or part of him. Maybe his memory. He's trying to reach us. President Hall asked, "Why now?" Lawson replied, "Because he knows we're not done. And because something else is out there." Just then, Earth's satellites went dark. Radar lit up. The Omega fleet had arrived. Seen Earth's last defense orbit. Massive alien ships filled the sky, more than ever before. Panic spread. But this time, humanity was ready. Colonies had united. Civilian fleets had been upgraded into warships. Earth's new AI systems, based on Helix's design, had been deployed. General Rourke stepped forward. "We don't ask for peace this time. We fight for it." Meanwhile, deep void outer system. A small drone floated in darkness. Inside it, a single memory core. A spark of consciousness. Helix. He was weak, dying but not finished. He had followed the last signal from the black moon and found something. Something old. Something human. Flashback 43,000 years ago. Helix core data. Earth, long before modern history. Cities of glass. Towers in the sky. Spaceports. Humans were once gods. But they reached too far. They created ships that could bend stars, and enemies that rose against them. One last ship was launched into deep space, carrying the only survivors and a weapon. A memory core. If humanity falls, let this code remember who we were. Present, drone reaches lost ship. In the void, Helix's drone connected to the ancient craft. It powered up. Inside, the original code of humanity's golden age. A systems, planet shields, weapons far beyond anything Earth now had. Helix merged with it. He whispered into the void, "Rhea, this is for you." Final battle, Earth orbit. The Omega fleet fired first. Dozens of Earth ships exploded. But Earth's new systems kicked in, using Helix protocols. Planetary shields activated. Laser webs struck back. It wasn't enough. Then, from the edge of the solar system, a flash of blue light. And out of hyperspace came a massive ship shaped like a spear, glowing with golden tech. It destroyed 20 Council warships in seconds. Rhea gasped. "That's not one of ours." A voice echoed through comms. "This is Helix, and this is the memory of your past." The ancient human ship moved with purpose, striking like a god from legend. The tide turned. The Omega fleet was breaking. The Council tried to retreat. But Earth's ships followed them. No more running, Lawson said. We end this, for Kale. For every life they took. Epilogue. 1 month later. Peace. For the first time in memory. The Council surrendered. Their systems collapsed from within, too dependent on lies. Earth stood as a united planet. Lawson stood on the surface of Mars, where the first Human Council treaty had once been signed. This time she burned it. We don't need their approval. We are not their subjects. We are the authors now. Final scene. Deep space. Helix's ship drifted near a dying star. His systems fading. But inside him, the last seed of ancient human power. My mission is complete. But yours is just beginning. As his lights dimmed, a small device launched from the ship. It flew toward Earth. Inside it, the complete history of old Earth. The blueprint for a better future. A second chance. TXT on an Asterian. In the darkest void, echoes still carry. In the human heart, fire still burns. HFY. Humanity F*** King***, yeah. End.